Hey gang, today we are going to do the Black Crowes rockin' version of Otis Redding's Hard to Handle. Now the Black Crowes did it in like 90, 92 or something like that, and man, it really rocks. The solo in it is just, I think it's just a great solo. It's not so much the notes that the guy's playing, but the feel that he's putting into it. Just amazing. So guarantee if you get into this one, you're going to get it right. We'll go over it note for note, but just remember to get that feel. Okay, so crank up your Marshalls and get ready for this one. Here we go. Alright gang, let's go over this note for note. Now, I know I said it was about the feel, and it is, but it certainly doesn't hurt to know the notes. So we're going to do that first. Let me first play it. I'm going to play the first part, the first solo. I'll play it about half speed, so here goes. All right, so that's it. We'll go over that chunk by chunk in just a second. But you can also, if you think about the chords, which are basically B, A, E, D, throughout that, you can think of playing this very easily in a B pentatonic, right? And there's another way of thinking about this, though, that's helpful, and that's as a B Dorian, and that's going to be helpful as well, if or that could help you if you think that in those terms. All right, which is kind of like an A major scale, right? All right, if you didn't get that, just learn the notes, and we'll be pretty cool. All right, so it starts out. The whole thing starts out in the 7th position, in sort of this B blues box position. But he's using some odd notes, and that's why it's going to help if you think about the Dorian. So it starts on this 9th right here, and he's going to bend it a half step. All right, and let those ring out. You can put a little vibrato if you want. All right, here's the first lick. Very cool lick when you play it a little fast. Okay, so here's how it goes. You're going to bend that up on the 9th 3 times. Remember, you're just bending up a half step to this 10th. And then you want to bring it down. Now you can finger it if you want and play this. But I just like to bend it and all right, so play that. Then on the 3rd string, you're going to play the 9th, back to the 7th on the 2nd, and then you're executing this 10-9-8 or 10-9-7. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's and then 9th on the 3rd, 9th on the 4th. And then here's the Mixolydian part, if you like this, but it's just a typical maneuver. You're going to play 7th, hammer onto the 8th, and then play the 9th on the 4th. Play that 9th on the 4th 3 times. Again, here it is executed slowly. Here's the lick. Very cool lick when you play it up to speed. All right. Now you shift down to the 4th position. You're going to slide from 4th to 6th on the 4th, and play on the 3rd, the 4th, and then 7th, pull off to the 4th. Play that 6th on the 4th string. Playing the 4th again on the end part. Again, let's play that slow. All right, so the second part is just this. Oops. you're back up to the 7th, and you play this. Okay, so that one's pretty straightforward. Again, you're bending that 9th to the 10th just a little bit, and then bending it down and hitting the 7th, and then bending and then hitting the 10th and bending up a whole step. So it sounds like this. Now another cool lick here. You're going to play on the 11th. You're going to slide up to the 13th. That's on the 3rd string. All right, so you slide up from the 11th to the 13th, and then you're going to play the 12th on the 2nd, and the 12th to the 14th, and then you're hitting the 13th on the 3rd. And then you're playing the 15th, pull off to the 12th, and play the 14th on the 3rd. So it sounds like this. End up on the 12th on the 2nd. One more time. Now you can play the same notes again twice and it'll sound good, but just that little change makes a bit of a difference. You can play that, sounds fine, but listen to how different it sounds when you play this. Just a little bit. Sounds just a little bit better. Alright, so now here's the last part, which is you're going to take the 17th on the 2nd, bend it up a whole step, and you're going to play the 17th on the 1st. Alright, so that one is you're bending up on the 17th on the 2nd, and you're playing that repeatedly. On the last one, after you play a couple of them, then you want to bend up again. You want to bring it down and bend up again. And at the end, you want to bring it down and hit the 15th, and then play the 17th on the 1st and bend that up a whole step. Alright, so one more time. And that is the first part of the solo. Alright, well here's the second solo, and this is all up at the 14th and 12th position. So here we go. Alright, and the end. Alright, so let's take care of the first part. The first part is just kind of going nuts. On the 17th fret here on the 1st and 2nd strings, you're going to play the 1st string on the 17th, you're going to play the 2nd string on the 17th, on the 2nd you're going to bend up a whole step. You're going to do this 4 times. And the 4th time you're going to start diddling around with that kind of stuff. Alright, so here we go. So you're going to do it 3 times. On the 4th time you're going to start diddling. Alright? When you feel it, you got to bring it down. So that is, you're bringing it down on that 17th, and then you play the 15th, the 17th again, the 15th twice, and then the 16th on the 3rd string. All right. Then you're going to play, which is playing the 14th to the 12th on the 4th string 3 times, and then playing the 14th on the 5th string. All right. the next part, very cool part. All right, he's playing off of basically an E7th chord, an E7 triad. That's what he's trying to get. And this is played on the 3rd string. I'm going to try and get really close and show this. This is played on the 3rd string and the 1st. You're skipping over the 2nd. So you're playing the 3rd string on the 18th fret, sliding up to the 19th, and then playing the 16th on the 1st string, like so. And then this lick. So it's just 19, 18, 16, and then 18 on the 4th string. And then you do it again. And that last part getting out of it is just 19, 18, 16 on the 3rd. All right, one more time, very slowly. All right, now here's the next lick. Nice little bluesy lick there. So it starts by playing the 1st string 17, bending up a whole step. And then I don't know if you made a mistake or not, but if you grab the 2nd string as you're bending that 1st string, and then just play them both, it's going to sound like it does on the record. Bring that down, and then shift to your pinky, and play this. And that is simply 17, 16, 14 on the 1st string, 17 on the 2nd, back to the 14 on the 1st, and then you'll play the 15, pull off to the 14 on the 2nd, and the 16 on the 3rd, like so. And then you're just walking down. 14, and then on the 4th string 16, 15, 14, 12, 14 twice. All right, one more time. Here's the recap of the whole thing. Oops. All right. Now you're in the home stretch. The home stretch is now playing, all right, that part. So the first part is playing on the 9th fret. You're going to play the, you're back to the 7th position. On the 9th fret, you're going to play the 3rd and 2nd strings. It helps, I find, to play with their 3rd finger and the 4th finger, and you're going to bend them up. And again, the key is to play it nice, hard, and get that feel. All right? Not to get those exact notes, because who cares? All right? But, all right? So you'll bend those up, and then you'll pull it down, pull off to the 7th, and then play again 9th and 7th. And this first time you'll play the 9th on the 4th. Second time you'll play, instead of the 9th on the 4th, you'll play the 10th and bend it up a whole step. Okay? Third time you're going to do what you did the first time. And the last time you do the same thing. It's a little bit different on the record. He plays the 7th instead of the going back to the 9th and pulling off. He just plays the 7th. And then the 10th, bend up, and you got the whole thing. All right, gang. Well, that is it. That was kind of long, but hopefully it was worth it, and that's another one down. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Love to hear your comments and suggestions, and we'll see you on down the road. Take care.